Following the reports published by Click about the attack of the security forces towards Section 350 of Evin Prison, which led to the injuries of at least 30 political prisoners, the Amnesty International urged the Iranian authorities of Click to address the physical conditions of the injured prisoners and provide medical facilities to the wounded. During the press release on Thursday morning, the 25th of April 2014, the Secretariat of the Human Rights Activists in Iran urged the judicial authorities to put an end to the mistreatment of political prisoners, transfer of injured prisoners to hospital, payment for the compensation for the endured body injury, and financial loss, and upholding fair trial, in order to ensure the immediate and guaranteed release of the prisoners. After Shahrukh Zamani was transferred to Rajai Shahr prison, he ended his hunger strike. Then after, he was transferred back to the dangerous prisoners section, where he started his hunger strike again. Since last week, Ayat Mehr Ali Biglu, an Azerbaijani political activist held in central prison of Tabriz, started a hunger strike in protest against bad treatments, summoning and arresting members of families of political prisoners, the excessive harassment of prisoners, such as exiling of political prisoners, prevention of prisoners being transferred to prisons near their hometowns, searching houses of prisoners in a violent manner, creating fear among the families of prisoners, and refusal to give leave to the prisoners. The Afghan Foreign Ministry spokesman objected and expressed his concerns towards the executions of 4 of their citizens in Iran. On Tuesday, the 22nd of April 2014, a group of families of political prisoners held in Section 350 of Evin Prison, accompanied by a number of political and civil activists, as well as a number of citizens, staged a protest by forming a gathering in front of the presidential and judicial offices. These protests took place in objection towards the incident that happened on the Black Friday, which led to the arrest of the following 3 people: Nada Saburi, Milad Pur Isa, and Sohrab Salehin. Yashar Dar al-Shafa and Davar Hosseini Vojdan, 2 prisoners who were both transferred from the solitary confinement of Section 240 to Section 350, have decided to continue the hunger strikes along with 32 other prisoners in order to protest against the incident that took place on Black Friday. Atiya Taher, wife of Saeed Matinpur, declared a hunger strike on the 23rd of April 2014 in support of her husband, who is one of the political prisoners who was beaten and transferred to the solitary confinement on Thursday the 17th of April 2014. The mother of Davar Hosseini Vojdan, one of the political prisoners in Section 350 of Evin Prison, declared a hunger strike in support of all political prisoners.
According to reports, on Thursday the 17th of April 2014, 100 security forces, including members of the security organization of the Evin Prison, attacked the political prisoners in Branch 350 of Evin Prison. During the attack, they inspected the belongings of the prisoners while filming the entire process. As a result of this, a number of prisoners reacted and objected strongly to the action of the security officers, which led to physical confrontation and the serious injuries of many prisoners. As a result, more than 30 prisoners were transferred to the solitary confinement of Branch 350 and Branch 240 of Evin Prison. 3 people accused of terrorizing the attorney of Zabul, who were deprived of having a defense lawyer in court and hence subsequently sentenced to death, were transferred to the Zabul prison to be executed. Furthermore, Jamal Aghushi, son of Muhammad Amin Aghushi, who was accused of propaganda against the regime, following his 1-year prison sentence, was summoned to the court. The reason behind his sentence and arrest was due to his contact with human rights organizations requesting to follow up his father's situation, who was in the central prison of Zahedan at that time. On Saturday 19th of April, Razul Fakire, accused of drug trafficking, was hanged in the central prison of Zahedan. News suggests that on Monday the 21st of April, Hossein Noorani Nejad, a member of Participation Front who recently returned to Iran, was detained. On Monday 21st of April, 3 young people who had been convicted of murder over 3 separate incidents were hanged in the central prison of Mashhad. On Tuesday 22nd of April, at dawn, 5 prisoners accused of murder on the campus of Raja Shah Karaj prison were executed by hanging. Ismail Kahram, the chief advisor of the environmental organization in Iran, indicated that the death sentence of the 4 environmentalists who are incarcerated in Yasuj, Behbahan and Kerman city prisons have been approved by the Court of Appeal.
Last week, Ali Reza Haydari, a labour law expert, said that the current law on women's employment does not have any guarantee to be enforced, and this has simply led to pregnant women being fired from work after childbirth. Mr. Haydari mentioned that current conditions for working women determines the foundations of the family, and added that in families where women are compelled to work to support themselves, such laws will prevent establishment of families and any population growth policies to be practiced. Furthermore, Zahra Zahtabchi, a social researcher, has been held in Section 209 of Evin Prison for 6 months and is still in limbo.
Sonia Ahmadi, a Baha'i from Mashhad, who was earlier released from prison with the promise of complete freedom, had to present herself to Vakilabad prison to complete her sentence. On the morning of Friday the 18th of April, Masood Javadi, Namer Daldal, Mohammad Rasuli Zadeh, Muhammad Mohammadi, and Ibrahim Rasuli, 5 Sunni captives from Buchan city, were arrested by security forces of the Ministry of Intelligence. These 5 have a history of being arrested for their religious activities and were only recently released from prison. Last week, Naima Bozorg Zadeh, a Balochi citizen, was murdered by a group of people who have been named as Ashairi Basiji by his relative. 3 young Sunnis by the names of Abdul Rahim Chana, Suran Fateh, and Abdul Hadi Azam were arrested by security forces in Mahabad and were taken to an unknown location. They were arrested and detained for religious activities. During last week's activities, 11 Sunni Arabs from Ahwaz were detained. On Tuesday the 22nd of April, 5 Ahwaz Arab citizens named Habib Kilahu, Habib Chayan, Hussein Chabishat, Karim Chayan, and Saladin Chabishat were sentenced to 6 months in prison in the Revolutionary Court. The court in the city of Yazd issued a total of 78 years imprisonment to 20 Baha'i citizens. On Thursday the 17th of April, Omid Behrouzi, one of the dervishes held in Section 350 of Evin Prison, was seriously injured in the bloody attack. He is currently being held in the prison's infirmary, handcuffed to the bed. In a letter to the security forces, the Kurdish Sunni prisoners in Raja Shah prison have condemned the raid of Thursday the 17th of April toward 350 of Evin prison.
In Iran today, citizens are under constant surveillance. Those who do not conform are often persecuted. Even children who dream of one day becoming contributing members of society are not immune. Those whose thoughts thoughts and beliefs are different are denied the right to a higher education, their dreams and futures destroyed. If you believe that access to education is a basic human right, bring a voice to the voiceless of Iran. Send a message to your government. Together, let's speak up and safeguard their future.
Nearly 500 employees of mobile manufacturing company JLX were fired from work. Furthermore, last week, Reza Ahmadi, the chairman of the Employers Association of Stone Cutting in Isfahan province, said that, as a result of closing of 20 stone cutting factories in the city of Dolatabad of Isfahan, at least 200 workers have lost their jobs last year. One of Nakh Alvand workers informed of the redundancy of 45 employees in this unit. The reason given by the employer was that they are not needed anymore. 60 workers of the Urumia Sunshine Factory have not received their wages for the past 10 months, and due to the increase in requesting social help by the workers from the Social Security branch of the same organization, the organization have refused to renew their Social Security insurance. About 400 workers of the Ahvaz pipe factory have gathered outside the factory to protest against the 3 months delay in their payment and the lack of receiving any bonuses for the new year.
The Deputy Commander of the Social Order of the Police in Qom have reported the arrests of 100 thugs during an overnight operation in Qom. Furthermore, on Wednesday the 23rd of April, following the deterioration of the physical condition of Mohammad Sadiq Kabudvand, he was transferred from solitary confinement in Ward 240 of Evin Prison to the prison infirmary. Following the deterioration of the physical condition of Hossein Ronaqi Maleki, a jailed political prisoner in Ward 350 of Evin Prison, he was transferred to the prison infirmary.
This is Bing. He's taking part in a peaceful demonstration together with hundreds of other people. Bing is arrested. A passerby sees it happen. Shocked, he immediately contacts Amnesty International. Amnesty International acts instantly. The case is investigated. Witnesses are heard, facts are checked. We're sure it's Bing. Within 48 hours, Amnesty International organises an urgent action. Rapidly, the message is spreading across the world. Julia's phone receives the alert. But not only Julia's. Also Juan's, Noor's, Victor's, Musa's, Anna's, Dominique's, George's, John's, Aisha's, Carlos. Tens of thousands of people all around the world get the message to help Bing. They take action by letter, email or SMS. The authorities are flooded with thousands of protests. Now they know the world is watching. Therein lies our power. Because people like you take action on a massive scale, Bing is treated better and released earlier. You have the power to free people. Use it.